Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Tuesday, June the 6th meeting of the Comox Valley Sewage Commission. And I'd like to start by acknowledging that we have most of our directors here in the room. We have Director Cole Hamilton online today. And we also have a number of staff both in the room and online. I'd like to particularly acknowledge Directors Hardy and Kettler, who are sitting in today with voice but no vote if they should want to speak or ask questions. And we'll start by acknowledging that our meeting is taking place on the unceded territory of the Comox First Nation, the traditional keepers of this land. And we will start with the Sewage Commission Resolution Status Report dated June 23rd. A motion for receipt, please. Moved McCollum, seconded by Swift. Any questions or comments? Is there anyone opposed? That is carried. And we shall move on to the Sewage Advisory Committee minutes from May 25th. A motion for receipt, please.
Move receipt.
Moved by Grant, and Swift just beat out Cole Hamilton in an exciting race. Any questions or comments? Is there anyone opposed? That is carried. And perhaps the highlight of our day, the report dated May 30th regarding a request from the Hornby Island Residents and Ratepayers Association to temporarily process composting toilet residuals at the Sewage Service Biosolids Composting Facility. And moved by Grant. Seconded by McCollum, and over to staff.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm pleased to introduce Chris LaRose, Senior Manager of Water and Wastewater Services, who will introduce the staff report and field any questions. Chris.
Thank you, James, and through the chair. So a very brief synopsis of this report. So attached to the report is a letter from the Hornby Island Resident and Ratepayers Association requesting that we entertain a trial of processing partially composted material from composting toilets on Hornby. A recent change in regulation now covers composting toilets under regulation, but also requires property owners to undertake a fairly rigorous testing process before they're able to dump those composted residuals on their own gardens. So there's a thought on Hornby that there could be a demand for a collection service of partially composted material that would be brought to our facility. So staff are recommending that the request be supported and that we accept the material for a 2-year trial period during which we can assess the incoming material. It's a very, very minuscule quantity, potentially reaching up as high as 20 tons per year, depending on how much uptake there is in the community. Similar to what we did for another similar trial for a temporary processing of materials from another jurisdiction, we did a quick calculation to understand what the cost per ton, and we're proposing to charge roughly the same, so $100 per ton for the incoming material. We'll have the material tested. We'll be able to observe it if everything's fine, doesn't impact our operation. Then we do also recommend in the second part of the recommendation that if the trial is successful and there is a demand on the island that's demonstrated, that the commission provides support in principle for the request. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thanks very much, Chris. Any questions or comments from commission members? It appears there are none, and so people will miss their chance to learn everything they ever wanted to know about composting toilet residuals. We shall vote on receipt. Anyone opposed? That is carried, and we have a recommendation. Moved by McCollum, seconded by Grant, that the Comox Valley Regional District enter into an agreement with Hornby Island Residents and Ratepayers Association for processing of their composting toilet residuals at the Comox Valley Sewage Service Composting Facility for a 2-year trial period. And further, that should the trial period demonstrate demand for the service on Hornby Island and ease of processing of the Comox Valley Sewage Service Composting Facility, And the Hornby community does not approve building a local residuals composting facility. The Comox Valley Sewage Commission support in principle the ongoing receipt and processing of Hornby Island composting toilet residuals. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? That's carried. Thanks very much. And moving down the agenda, we have a recommendation that we adjourn to an in-camera session pursuant to section 90 of the community charter, negotiations and related discussion regarding the proposed provision of a regional district service. Moved by Grant, seconded by McCollum. Any discussion? All in favor? None opposed, that's carried, and we shall move in camera.